What's up, people? It's Will Henry, Guys Will Fitness here. Thank y'all for tuning in for the third vlog, for the third installment of Everyone Has to Start Somewhere, right? And the reason why I wanted to make this a series, like I said before, is because it's increments to this, it's levels to this, you know. And the first one I talked about was just the full starting point, right? And you know, the full starting point, and the second one was being honest with yourself, right? And so this is not necessarily a step, but this is something that you got to be aware of, something that you got to be knowledgeable of, because you know, trials and tribulations will come amongst this journey. And one of those things is just your mood, your attitude, your lack of effort, your lack of consistency, you know, excuses. And we got to find a way to like cut those off. We got to find a way to nip those things in the bud. And I don't know if you can hear my voice all that well, but you know, I've been dealing with some sickness this week. I've been going through it a little bit. It was really hard for me to finish this week off, but I put my clients, I put their goals, I put their results as priorities. I feel like, you know, if I wasn't able to make it to their sessions, you know, then I would disappoint them. Then I would, you know, make them take a step back in reaching their goals. Although that might not always be true in some cases, because some people are going to continue to work. But I know if I don't train them, I know some people, if I don't train them, they're not going to work out. And, you know, I couldn't do that to them. I couldn't let them down. I know they needed me. And I knew eventually I would be getting better. You know, I knew eventually I would get well. So I battled through it. I fought through it. So, you know, I had to deal with that myself in the professional realm. So, I mean, as an entrepreneur, let's go to another side of things. As an entrepreneur, that's kind of one of the negative sides of entrepreneurship. You don't get PTO, you don't get sick days, right? I try my very best not to miss out. I try to make every appointment that's been scheduled. You know, if anybody work with me, they know number one, I'm dependable, you know, and my friends know that too about me. So I try to make sure that I'm dependable, I'm a reliable person. But we all have to start somewhere, you know. But we gotta be aware, you know, our mood, you know, our attitude, you know, how we feel, that's gonna affect us, you know, when we work out. That's gonna affect us when we're trying to get our nutrition in point, right? So we gotta understand that these are factors on the outside of the gym, right? On the outside of the kitchen, but those factors are going to factor into those things, right? You might not have a good day at work, and so you might not even feel like working out. You might feel like just going home and having a drink and eating whatever that can, you know, make you feel better. But we got to understand it's when we don't feel like it, that's when we need to do it. It's when we don't feel like it is when we need to put in the effort, put in the work, because it's going to be a lot of benefit, right? It's going to, you know, going to show that perseverance, going to show that spirit, that fighting spirit within us to break through those, you know, issues, to break through those tribulations, those obstacles and things like that. And it'll show us that we can be victorious over our adversaries, over those things that are opposing us, right? So if we always allow those things to have victory over what we're trying to accomplish, over what we're trying to do, then we'll never win, right? And then we'll never get to the next step into our fitness journey, because it's always something or somebody that's getting in the way. That's, you know what I'm saying, throwing a wrench into our plans. So we can't allow that to happen, right? And even if it's not somebody, even if it's ourselves, even if we just don't feel good, right? Like I said, I didn't feel good, but I still had to do it. And keep in mind, you don't want to work out when you're sick, right? When you're sick, you want to let your body recover, because if you're working out, then your body has to help your muscles recover, and at the same time help your the rest of your body recover from the sickness. So it's basically working double time. So you don't want to make your body work overtime. You don't want to make your body work too hard. So of course, when you're sick, then yes, you need to take the precaution, right? Because I didn't work out this week either. Yes, and it was very, very tough, right? Because, you know, I like to get it in every day. So it was very tough, but I was able to do it. I feel like my body needed the rest. I actually took 2 days off the week before, which I usually never do. And then I got back into working out 3 days. And then after that, I fell ill and I had to stop. So, you know, there are going to be times we don't feel like doing it. Let's just get back to the topic. Let's just get back to that. There are going to be times where we don't feel like doing what someone else says. There's going to be times where we don't feel like going to work, right? But at the same time, we got to do it because we got to get paid. We got to make a living, right? And you got to treat your body the same way, right? Your body is your ultimate vehicle through life. So if you don't take care of your body when you're supposed to, and you're not doing it consistently, then eventually it's going to be breaking down. Then eventually it's going to develop some, you know, some medical issues that you're going to have to keep on working on, that you're going to have to keep on tweaking, and they may never get better. So we got to treat our bodies accordingly as well. So just understand there are going to be days we don't feel like it, but we got to learn how to readjust our mood, right? We got to learn to adapt, right? We got to learn to, you know, just recenter our focus on our goals, on our results, on, you know, our task at hand. And then we'll be able to fight through it. We'll be able to overcome. When you overcome that mood, you know, the next time, oh, I've been in that mood before and I was able to work out. Or you know that, hey, I knew I didn't feel like working out that day because my body was a little sore, but I knew once I worked out, I wasn't that sore right there anymore, right? Because sometimes when you are sore, and that's why a lot of people, they get scared of working out because their body's sore, but they don't know that you got to keep on working out to like release that soreness. So if you keep on working out, then you won't be as sore and you will be less sore, you know, throughout your program, right? But every now and then you need to shock that body. So, I mean, sometimes that soreness, that muscle soreness is inevitable. You're going to have to deal with that, you know what I'm saying, through working out anyways. But also understand that there's just things that's going to happen. There's just things that are going to happen that's out of our control. And the only thing that you can control is you. The only thing that you really can do is whatever you tell yourself to do, right? You can't let those things control you. You can't let those outside people determine, you know, what you're going to do, right? Because if you give them that control, then you lose control over, you know what I'm saying, what you're trying to accomplish and what you're trying to make happen. So, I mean, the whole word, the whole story, the whole thing I want y'all to know about is sometimes you got to do it when you don't feel like it. But when you do it when you don't feel like it, you'll learn the lesson. And each lesson teaches you something about yourself. It teaches you about your toughness. It teaches you about the type of effort. It teaches you about what you can accomplish if you really put your mind to it. It teaches you that if you can just realign your focus, you can be successful. So there are going to be times where we don't feel like it, right? In this journey, especially in the beginning, right? Through soreness, right? And just through, you know, a new routine, a new schedule. So it's always going to be stuff coming up that we would usually, you know, skip the gym for. But we just got to make this a priority, make this something that we're going to do consistently, and then we're going to receive the results, right? We're going to receive everything that we put out. Okay? God's Will Fitness. Have a good one.